Hey, and I thought, I don't know, everyone else was like, oh yeah, I'll be there. But we all know what life is like, so no worries. So I'm glad you are both here. And yeah, let's just look. So Dodie was on last week. Suzanne forgot about us. She lost track of time.
It was a good week.
So I want to check in, how you're doing, some wins from this week. And then Dodie, since you were on last week, you had also made a goal of to plan something to look forward to.
Oh,
Gonna go with no.
oh yes, that's a good thing to do today.
Yes. Okay, so Dodie, tell us, how has your week been? Wins?
Well, last week I was really focusing on, I was having to come up with some boundaries in my life with some people in my family who are kind of having a bit of a hard time. But yet, like, I don't want to be the mat or the not the physical punching bag, but like the verbal punching bag or things like that. So I was having to come up with some boundaries, and I was feeling pretty good about that because I had to test it out with a family member who wanted to talk about another family member. And there would have been times when I would have been like, well, I'll listen, let you vent. But no, I've decided my boundary is like, I don't want to spend our time talking about that person, that if we have concerns, we could talk to them too. So then going into the weekend at the lake, I just felt like sometimes I'd be a little bit stressed going because there's at least 10 people with all kinds of dynamics and I don't know, just expectations sometimes when get together with family. And I couldn't even go at the time they started, and I was totally okay with that. So that was a win. Like, they started the work be in the morning and I could not arrive till like 1. And I told them that, and normally that would have kind of bothered me, like, everybody else is there and I'm not. But that was just what worked for me. And I came in carrying donuts and really happy to see everybody instead of being like, kind of stressed that I wasn't there when everybody else was. So that was kind of a win for me, just accepting what I could do and arriving with it, and that having to be wonderful.
Yeah.
And because I was late, they gave me the bathroom to scrub and paint, but that was okay. It was a little room. I was happy with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's just some things that, I think that's just a really great example of how you chose how you were going to feel about it, right? It's a decision. And so you decided, no, I'm not going to stress out. I can't get there. So that's the way it is. So yeah, that's a definite win. That's awesome.
Thanks. Yeah. The class last week helped me prepare for that.
Yeah, good.
Good.
Awesome. Yeah, perfect. And so I take it by the look on your face, you didn't make anything to look forward to.
I'll have to think about that. This week, my kids are both officially gone to college. So, and back to school. So, before then, they'd been back and forth. So I will have to plan that. Yeah, it hasn't come to my mind. I'm thinking lunch with someone, lunch
Great.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Sounds awesome. All right, Suzanne.
So last week I missed because it was crazy busy at work. However, if booking something to look forward to was your goal, I actually did that. I booked with my brother's wanting to go to on a holiday down to Jasper because he's single, and he's been putting it off. So I messaged him and said, hey, how about hanging out with your sister to go? And he thought that was a great idea. So we're going to go in October down to Jasper for a few days together. So that's something to definitely look forward to. And with all my training here, I have also made boundaries with some family members and talked about some situations to work through so that I am not that person that they're turning to and dumping on and looking for answers and that, because you know what? It's too stressful for me. I've done it in the past and it's not worth going back to where I was. So I did that. So that's really good. And I'm really trying not to stress about the family things. I bitch about it and then I realize, you know what, it's not my fault. It's not me. It's not my worry. So that's really good. So that's a really big win because really everybody in my family looks to me for answers, and not my job really at their ages to find answers for them. So yeah, so I got something really good to look forward to, and I set some boundaries. So those were two really big wins for me last week. So
Awesome. Well done. Yeah, that's great.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just those boundaries help us so much when we set them up and stick to them. It's just so healthy for us, and especially, women, you're, empaths, feeling others people's energy. So when they dump on us, they literally do, right? So it's just deciding, no, there's no more of this. I'm keeping my shield up and choosing not to allow it to happen. So yeah, that's amazing. Wanted to just talk about
How about you, Kim?
How about me? I had a pretty good week. Kids started back at school, and Alita has been on crutches all summer, but so I had to drive her to school and pick her up. But now she is using no crutches. She's still in an air cast, but she can walk. So she went on the bus this morning. So that just saves me, this is my first day then of kind of maybe hoping a normal schedule, right? They go and then I can do my morning routine. And so that was a definite win for me. We did a lot this weekend. I think my biggest thing was I wanted to camp this weekend. I just wanted to go away. It was supposed to be beautiful. Camping is so rejuvenating for my soul. My husband is so busy at work. They cannot find people to work. He is just coming and going. He has to drive to Fort McMurray once or twice a week. And he's just, anyway. And he was like, he couldn't even fathom the idea of hooking up and going camping. And I get it. I fill it. I do the packing, but he does all the outside stuff, and I do understand, but I was so disappointed. I was so sad. And I am like, we are not sitting home for 3 days though. My kids anyway, we're not sitting home for 3 days, sitting on iPads and da, 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 da. So then I had to shift my disappointment to what are we going to do? And Brad was all about doing stuff. He just wanted to be at home in his bed. So we went for a hike, just Brad and I, to a park 5 minutes from our house, and it was amazing. We did mini golf with the kids. We did a movie. We went to friends who were camping and went to their fire one night. So we did really fun things. And then Brad got away golfing and I cleaned out my office. And yeah, so, I just kind of switched to make sure that we could do some fun things and I could get outside. I went kayaking too. So yeah, so it was awesome. So
That sounds great.
Yeah,
Cool.
it was
I
really
love how sometimes shifting, when plans don't go through, I'm usually so disappointed, but I love how you just shifted and still had a really good weekend and could look at it in a different way.
Yeah, that is one thing I've really learned again, is that it's a choice, right? And that if I want to be outside and be doing something, then if it's not camping, what is it going to be? Because I could be really pissed on Monday, be like, this was such a crappy weekend and I didn't get to do what I wanted to do, which I used to do that all the time, but it didn't make me feel good, right? And I remember it kind of started when I was starting all of this work, and it was my birthday, and I want to say 5 to 7 years ago. And Brad was away at camp, and it was just, the girls and I woke up that morning so sad for me because nothing was going to happen for my birthday. And then I was like, okay, well, what do you want? And all I wanted was someone, so I just started texting family and friends, anyone had, and lots of people couldn't come. And then one friend is like, oh yeah, I totally forgot it's your birthday. And I don't expect friends to remember, but they were like, oh, I'd love to come over. And so she came over, she sat on the deck with me. We had a few beer. And then my in-laws ended up calling later, said they were bringing out supper. And it was awesome because I made the choice to make it what I wanted, right? And that was such an amazing lesson for me because I ended up having an amazing day. And it was like, okay, right? If I want something, then I have to be the one that makes the decision to do it. So
yep. That's what I'm like, is like, you know what? I just go and make a memory somewhere, whether it's just sitting with my son at his new house and cutting his grass, or going with my nieces for a drive or whatever. Like, to me, it's about making a memory, even if the camping doesn't plan out. Look at all the great memories you have from all the change things that you did. You have more memories actually because just camping, because you probably do it so much, it just sort of all of those sort of run together. But this weekend is going to stand out because you did different things. So
yeah, totally. So yeah, so thanks for asking. So Fascinating Female Friday was canceled on Friday. Sylvia's dad is quite ill, so yeah, so anyway, we have rescheduled for September 17th. So not this Friday, but the Friday after. So I will send out an email too, but just so that everyone watching and listening does know that. So today we're going to talk a little bit about intentions. So last time we talked about making a choice with how we want to feel. And then today we're going to talk about, sometimes it's good to just set an intention then of how we want to feel. And so the intention is an act of stating what you intend to accomplish through your actions. So it's a clear, positive statement of an outcome that you want to experience. It can be a goal, a vision that guides your activities, your thoughts, your attitudes, and your choices. So you can set an intention in any area of your life: mental, physical, emotional, spiritual. And usually we start with a mental picture of what our goal is. And then we use that intention to help us focus and take action. It's that reminder, oh, right, this is my intention. And they help us then to set priorities, right? They help us to use our time wisely and align ourselves with what we need to do to manifest that goal within us. So a lot of times we set a whole bunch of intentions, or we have all these goals, but the new moon was yesterday. And so we had talked about the full moon 2 weeks ago. Honest to God, I can't even, it feels like the full moon was just last week. I'm like, I cannot believe it's already, 2 weeks already. And the new moon is all about setting intentions and setting new goals, new beginnings. Full moon is releasing what we don't want in our life anymore. And so I thought today we could talk a little bit about that and set some intentions of things that we want more of in our life. And it's just connected again to last week and those choices that we make. What do I want to feel? What do I want more of within my life? So the new moon symbolizes new beginnings. People use the energy of a new moon to achieve their goals or start a new project. And sometimes we reflect on our old goals, so then we can set new ones. So this is just a great time for us to think about, what do we want more of in our life? That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to take you through a meditation. You will need your journal and your pen handy, because partway through you are going to do a little bit of writing throughout the meditation. And we're just going to talk about the new moon and what intentions, what do we want more of in our life? And we can even just focus on the next 2 weeks before the full moon again. Okay, these don't have to be, you can also set an intention for longer. But I think right now, let's just set some smaller intentions of things that you want more of in your life. Okay, so get comfy. My dog is sleeping. Means we're ready to meditate. Okay, so let's see what this new moon cycle means for you. So you can close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose, all the way down into your belly, and exhale through your mouth. Just centering here and now. One more time, deep breath in through the nose, and then out through your mouth. Allow each breath to guide you deeper into relaxation. Let's imagine ourselves somewhere that feels magical to you. Let's imagine looking at this new moon in the sky with the stars all around it. And imagine yourself just relaxing under the moonlight. Are you sitting? Are you laying on the ground? Letting the new moon represents a new beginning. In the same way that we're reminded with every breath is a new beginning. Let the new moon remind you that you can always start again. And that right now is the perfect time to start and to set those intentions. As you take the next few breaths, let them flow all the way down into your belly, allowing you to relax even more. I'd like you to consider the very known words, energy flows where attention grows. Energy flows where attention goes. Let these words guide you into setting those intentions for yourself today. It helps to consider some of these questions. What do I want to give my attention to? What do I want to grow in my life, to have more of, so that I can enjoy more and have more joy? What do I want to give my attention to? What do I want to give my energy to, so that I can attract more of that into my life? Just let whatever is coming to you now inspire you to set the intentions for yourself that feels right to you. not what you think you should be having intentions about, what you really deeply desire. Setting these intentions right here under the new moon, connecting to this beautiful energy, this manifesting energy. So now I'm going to give you a moment just to open your eyes, and I want you to start writing what you want to give your attention to, what you want to grow in your life and to have more of. Okay, I'm going to bring you back. So just close your eyes again and just start to imagine how this next week or the next month will feel and look and sound to you with these intentions in place. I want you to think, what are those intentions helping you to attract into your life? What are those intentions helping you to attract into your life? People, opportunities, energy, feelings, joy, laughter, happiness, love. Just imagine taking a moment here to feel that. What are those intentions helping you to attract into your life? So I'd like for you to write down beside your intentions, what are they going to allow you to attract more into your life? Okay, so just go back, close your eyes again. So depending if you wrote down a few intentions or just one, I'd like you to pick one that you feel is the most important to you, that you know you want to set right now. And I want you to imagine yourself holding a balloon in your hands. And you are sticking that intention on that balloon. And then as you set the intention, you say it and you let the balloon just float up into the air, up towards the moon. And in a moment, when you open your eyes and come back to the space you're in, you will know that you have set this intention successfully for yourself. So go ahead, take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth, sealing this meditation. And when you're ready, you can come back to the space that you were in and open your eyes. Awesome. Welcome, Jade.
Hello.
Hi. Okay. So, intentions. So I'd love for you to share what your intentions are. So Jade, we've talked about the new moon being yesterday and how the new moon is about setting new intentions, and kind of we were thinking more short-term intentions, you know, week, 2 weeks. So I set 3. Oh, excuse me. So said I am giving my attention to my body and my eating habits. I am in a 30-day, that Arbonne thing, 30-day thing cleanse. So I started yesterday. So that is my major attention. My other one is to follow my heart at every turn these next 2 weeks. It's just, I've not been connecting to that. And I am connecting to magic and fun. So those are my intentions. Now, we had talked about then, when we have those intentions, we need to know, why are we picking them? What are they bringing more of? So for me, when I say I'm giving attention to my body, that attracts energy, that rejuvenates me, and it attracts more clarity for me, my brain. When I'm putting good stuff in my body, I start to feel better all around. Following my heart, that helps me to attract confidence, clarity also, peace, ease, and flow when I listen to my heart. And when I connect to magic and fun, it attracts contentment, it attracts enjoyment, and excitement too, usually those things. So it's good to look at what we're attracting is more the feelings and the emotions of what we want. So then we set that intention. So they both connect. So I'd love for you to share what came up for you. And if you only have one, that's fine. We don't need tons, but what your intention is, and then what will that bring more of into your life?
Okay, so my first intention, I'm giving my attention to my personal routine, because I have 3 or 4 things I want to do during the week that I really need to get into routine with health, and just some like playing my guitar and stuff like that. I want to get that in routine, because that's going to bring me the energy and that personal enjoyment, which will make me happy. And I really want to do that. I've been Seems like I've been keep putting it off, but I know I need to do it. So that's one thing. And then the awareness, what keeps me at peace is the other thing. So with all the family stuff that's going on, I'm just going to keep asking, and like, does this bring me peace? And keep on top of that. So that's going to be a big one too for the next few weeks, and that too. So those are the two things. And when I look at what, if it's making me peace, then I'm staying away from the stress, I'm staying away from the drama, and I feel better, and I'm not stressed out, and I'm not worrying about people and stuff. It's got to be about me. So
Yeah.
so
So
that's true. And that'll bring me definite happiness and peace, and the love for myself is more important right now. So
yeah,
that's what I've seen.
love it. Perfect. Hey, Dodie. Oh, you're muted, Dodie.
Okay, there we go. So my two balloons, I had the word peace written like in my mind on the one, and they kind of connected. The other one was in the moment. So they're so connected for me because the actions I was going to take to achieve those were self-care and education. So self-care like fresh air, getting enough sleep, the education part, like continuing to learn, you know, how to have conversations that can be difficult, communication, choosing kind of like what we talked about at the beginning, like setting the intention of kind of what I'm going in with the conversation, I guess it would be. And then the in the moment intention was things like taking time to read my book and walking and yoga. And when I do those things, when I take time for myself, it really boosts my confidence. And I tend to cut that out. Like, oh, I don't have time to read, but it makes me feel special when I read. So that's important. So that is on there. It's something so simple, like just reading a book for enjoyment.
For sure. And so when you did the peace, if your intention is to have more peace, and you do your self-care, you do your education, what does that attract more of for you then? What feelings does that attract more of when you do that?
Confidence. I think that's the best word I can think of for that.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Okay, so now, what are you going to do with these intentions? And we're not going to just close our book now. So I got, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I redid my whole office walls. So I see I have a bulletin board and a new whiteboard there. Oh my gosh. So my intentions are up there right now so that I can see them every day. Okay. And then I just have to show you. So there is Van Gogh picture. And I went to the Van Gogh exhibit, and it, honest to God, it touched my soul. So when I look at it, I just connect to that feeling of how it affected me and the feeling I had. And so that's why that's there too. But anyway, so I am reading my intentions every single day. That is part of my morning routine. So how are you going to connect with your intentions every day?
Can you give us an example of what your intention says? One of them?
Oh, it just says that my intention this week is to give attention to my body.
Okay.
to
I think
follow my heart.
posting it's a good idea, like, so that I can see it every morning before I go to work, and then make a sticky note on my desktop here with the rest of my beautiful notes from this class.
Yeah.
I put it on there so that I can see it when I do my breaks at 10 and 3, and then just read my intentions at that time. And I think I like the idea of getting a whiteboard and actually writing them down and getting this all routine laid out, physically laid out, not just in my head, so I can see it. And I think that'll be a huge change in actually accomplishing it.
Yes. Yeah, it really is. Because we not only see it, but we're writing it, right? And I mean, I bought new whiteboard markers, all different colors, and I love that stuff. Like I do, I just love it. So, if it makes me happy, then I'm going to write it up there in all the fancy colors or whatever, right? Yeah. And the thing is that it is every day so that you remember. So for me, I'm giving attention to my body. So then when I feel like I'm going to have a snack, I've remembered my intention. I want to attract more energy and clarity. So then it's like, oh, right, not eating that snack, or going to choose something different so I can stick with that intention because of the feelings that I want to bring from it. Dodie, how do you think you can remind yourself of your intentions?
Well, I like the idea of writing it, and I think like putting it on my bathroom mirror.
Okay. Yep.
And probably just on a sticky or a cue card. But I like how you just stated, I think I'll just do my intention this week is to just straightforward.
Yeah.
And then is to feel peace by walking. Maybe I should figure out how many times a week, getting fresh air, reading my book, how many times a week.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. That's awesome. Yeah. Beautiful. I love those. Okay, so Jade, give us a little check-in. How have you been? And if you have any intentions for this week.
I've been well. I had a call I couldn't miss at 12, but I didn't want to miss the whole thing, so I hopped in.
Perfect. I'm so glad you did.
Yeah, I've been doing well. Things have been great. Last week we talked about being present, and I continue to do that to the point that sometimes people are like, are you going to reply back to me? Because I'm just busy. And I'm like, well, I'm a little busy right now. So, which is okay. I'm fine with it. I got my priorities. I've got specific friends and family, and my clients, right, are my priorities, and everybody else can wait.
Yeah, totally.
So, yeah, that's good. So for an intention, I'm really stuck on this presence thing. So I think I just really need to stick with it. I think it's really key to me where I'm at right now. But I haven't heard of this idea to focus on what it's bringing in, right? It's always like set these intentions. It can kind of feel like a chore sometimes.
Yeah.
But when you're looking at, what it's bringing in, that seems like less, like when you're looking at a snack, it's like, I'm looking to bring in energy. That sounds less like a chore than, oh, I made an intention not to eat carbs this week or something, right?
Exactly. Yes.
So yeah. So I think, my intention is just to actively be present and not just find the moments, but create them, right? So, and what I'm drawing in with that is peace and contentment and joy and confidence. But I think mostly just the peace and the joy, like, I think it's like our only defense against kind of the madness that's going on right now. So that peace and being centered is what I'm drawing in. I think I'm also going to set an intention to keep my space like clean and organized. I think what I'm drawing in from that is just, actually, I don't know exactly what emotion I would draw in with that. But happiness comes to mind for some reason, but just happiness and openness as well.
Yeah.
Right? When you got like lots of clutter, like there's just not, I can't really be open to opportunity and things like that when, so just that intention to, actively clean up a little bit more.
Yeah.
I identify with that, Jaden. I never said that because I have a space, it's an office space, and it actually is full of Kim will know this, teaching materials like from 30 years ago. And I've really gotten to the point where, like, I do feel like in order to move forward, and we have so much, like, we want to move forward right now, it just seems to be really clear that some of those things just have to be cleared out to move forward.
Mhm,
Yes.
mhm.
Yeah, I took a financial course once and they were actually talking about finding a drawer or a dresser. So I don't want to take over, Kim. I'll just go really quick, but you know,
No.
like emptying something completely, like, and just leaving it naked. Like, don't fill the drawer back up, don't fill the shelf back up, and it's supposed to like draw in the money. I mean, it worked for me, but yeah, it's kind of hard. It's really hard to just leave a shelf there and have no explanation as to why it's naked and just leave it naked. It's really hard.
Oh, I've never heard of that. That's so cool. So what did you do?
Like, what did I empty out?
Yeah.
You know what? I actually, when I do decide to do something, I kind of go all out. So I went a little bit crazy and I emptied out I have like 2 dressers. I emptied out a drawer in both. I emptied out a shelf in my youngest daughter's room. I emptied out a shelf in my living room just to set really intentional. So it's really obvious that I'd done it. And then my closet, actually, I got rid of a whole bunch of clothes. So like half of my closet was open. So I went a little crazy. You don't have to go like that.
I have
Yeah.
And
I
do
have a
you
rule in
set
my
an
house.
do you
Sorry.
set an intention to what you want to come into that space?
I did, yeah, because that happened to be a financial course that was about getting out of debt and building wealth, right? So the intention there was that I am open to receiving finances and money, right? That I have the space to accept it and I'm wanting to accept it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you could set the intention for anything, right? You know, if you're looking for more joy, right? Empty the shelf. It's like, hey, like I've got this space for the joyful experiences, and you know, it's just a really physical way to see it, and you almost feel guilty if you decide to fill that space back up because you're like, oh, that was my open space. So most of those spaces that I have are still open, and if they aren't, I replace them with something else because you just feel weird after you get used to it. Anyways, that's a random challenge that I did.
Love it.
In my house, I have a rule that in 3 months, if you haven't used it, we get rid of it.
Mhm.
Because like really, you like clothes, I never keep clothes that don't fit me thinking it's gonna fit later. I just donate them. And if we're not using the bread maker after 3 months, trust me, we're not gonna use it. So it's just to donate it and everything to keep things like organized and that, because I'm a very organized person. So, and that seems to work for us so that there is space if we needed to buy a toaster.
Right. Yeah. Oh, I love
I
that.
love how that empty shelf idea or empty drawer, that really makes clear an intention. Like, because
Yeah.
that's really setting intention.
Yeah. And you can see it, you can feel it, right? It's just not just that writing it out. So yeah. Ooh, I'm thinking, I also got a call this morning for a showing. Our house is for sale. So a showing, which, you know, is great, but my house is a disaster. So now I'm like, my afternoon is not work anymore. It's now cleaning my house. But, you know, as I'm cleaning, I'm going to throw some shit away.
Well, yeah, you don't want to have to move with it.
Oh, no, exactly. So, yeah, that was my thing. Another thing of a choice, right? When I got the text this morning, you know, could you do a showing today at 4:30? And instantly Heavy was like, no, I don't want to clean my house. It's a disaster. And then, you know, then it was like, no, I want to sell my house. I am asking, and I just asked for abundance. And so then I get a text, you know, like this could be the one. And so then it's like, okay, what book shall I listen to while I'm cleaning my house? You know, trying to shift it to some time that I can enjoy while I'm doing it. So, so yes, I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to eat lunch, and then that's what I'm doing for the afternoon.
Yeah, we've helped you get ready.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. Oh, those are great, ladies. Okay, so I will check in with you next week on those intentions. So, you know, just trying to be really aware of them and then connecting again to what am I attracting, right? That's what I want, really. I'm setting the intention so that I can attract more energy, more clarity, confidence, peace, whatever it is. Yeah, all right. Questions, comments, value.
I'm just glad that I
Maybe-
made it this week.
I am too.
So, yeah, and I like the intention idea a lot. So I think keep coming to the meetings and everything just keeps us sort of accountable for our goals and our intentions and doing this stuff. So that's what I'm really getting out of it, which is really nice. So thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm glad.
I think something that I always come in with is I want to learn, keep learning about how to, listen to my heart, like you said, to be guided by your heart instead of your mind. And I really feel this week that like this setting the intention that I feel like, okay, I'm starting this pursuit of, wanting to tune into listening to, like we talked about a time or two before, even like your intuition and your heart. And
Yeah. Yeah. And I am way less stressed when I listen to my heart. And it did not, I need constant reminders, you guys. This is why I teach it. I'm just going to read this thing to you. So I get a card reading from this. Her name is Emily Aarons. And my bonus card yesterday was overthinking. And it said, this is a card a lot of entrepreneurs get when they're getting stuck in their other people's strategies, which I do. Please just trust that those may be wonderful for those people, but that's just not your path. Your unique gifts are meant to be expressed in different ways. Open up, breathe deeply into that place of flow and listen to your heart. I was like, oh, yes, why do I always need this? But I need that reminder. And, that our heart will guide us where we need to go. And it doesn't have to be the same way other people are doing it. Right? For whatever, that can be work, that can be personal. So yeah, just another great, it was just a good reminder. So yeah, the heart knows all, but we get stuck up here. And especially when, it's kind of stressed or, busy with kids and back to school for me, right? Finding a routine and yeah, so yeah, the heart does. It knows. We just have to remember to listen to it. All right. Well, it's been a privilege, like always, speaking with all of you.
I'll see you guys all next week.
You will.
So
Absolutely.
thank you.
You're welcome.
sounds good.
Okay, have an amazing week, everyone.
Yeah, you all
Thank
too.
you, Kim. Bye,
Okay.
ladies.
Bye.
Good luck.
Thank you.